Here, for any programming language, whenever you're going to start, first we'll be learning about the data type. Data type in the sense, what is the purpose of writing a program? The purpose of writing program is where I'll give some input. The input will be processed, it will produce some output, right? Normally, you'll be declaring a variable. The first thing we'll be learning in a programming language is variable. I'll declare a variable and I'll initialize value for it, like this. This is in case of Python. If you want to initialize some value, I can initialize directly like this. Number assigned 4. Guys, before starting, let me explain what is the environment I'm using here. This is the environment called Jupyter Notebook. This is the environment where you can use it. Apart from this, we are having multiple compiler for working this Python. Either you can go ahead with online compiler. Okay, you can make use of online compiler. Apart from this, Python itself provides one IDE, that is IDLE. Okay, it provides IDE in the sense integrated development environment. So it is a place where we are going to work with it. If at all you're familiar with C programming, you will be working with Turbo C or C++, Dev C++. The environment where you'll be executing the program is called IDE. Okay, here this particular Python program can be worked in different environment. One is online compiler. In a browser itself, you can search for online Python compiler where you can work the program there. Apart from this, Python itself provides one IDE that is nothing but IDLE. Okay, and apart from this, you can work with PyCharm or Jupyter Notebook or Spider. We are having multiple environment, guys. Whichever we people are convenient with it, we can work with it. Right now, I'm using Jupyter Notebook. The advisable one is, for being as a fresher, I recommend you people to use IDLE. This is sufficient for you people. So if you want to work with IDLE, I'll let you know where to download this IDLE and how to work with it. Okay, just give me a second. I'll open the browser and show you how to download this IDLE. Okay, if you want to work in your device, you can just install this IDLE. Just a minute. Let me open the browser, guys. Give me a second. Let me share the browser. You can go here. I guess this browser window is visible for you people. You can download by mentioning python.downloads.org. From this website, Python itself provides this IDLE. Okay, you can download from its website by clicking python.downloads.org.download. You can note on this URL, guys. You can click onto it. Once you are clicking on it, directly it will be redirecting to the download page. Okay, here in downloads, you can notice that based on your operating system, you might have Windows operating system or Mac operating system. Based on your operating system, you can choose it and you can download here. Once you click on download, it will be downloading, and the installation process is similar to the normal installation. Okay, normally how we people will be installing software to a device, same way you can install it. Once after installing it, you can notice it. Just a minute. Once after installing it, you can notice that the file will be installed. If you are searching as IDLE, you can notice that the file will be like this. If you are clicking onto it, the environment will be like this, guys. For the first time, if you are using it, you can download from here. You can install it. Once installing, you can search from the search bar. You can open it like this. Okay. So right now, the environment what I'm showing is a Jupyter notebook. That particular file is a little heavyweight file. So if you want to install, even you can install Jupyter Notebook also. It is from Anaconda. We are supposed to mention Anaconda Navigator. You're supposed to download it. So okay. So being as a fresher, I recommend you people to work initially in IDLE. That is sufficient. Here, whatever the command I give, it will be executed. Okay. This is how to work in IDLE. So once you are seeing with the program, I'll show you how to work in IDLE parallelly. Don't be worried about how to work with this environment. So this is a very lightweight file which is recommended by Python itself. The person who has published Python, they're recommending this ideally. Apart from this, I told you that different number of IDEs available. You can make use of those also. Right now, among this, the environment, whatever I'm going to work here is Jupyter Notebook. This is the environment where we are going to work it out. And in this environment, let me explain you what is about each and everything. Each and every element is called cell. Okay, this is a cell. And if you want to execute this, if I'm giving some command, If I give 2 plus 3, if I want to execute this one, if I give shift enter, it will be executed. Okay. In this Jupyter notebook, if you want to create a new file, I can click on to this file. I can mention, I can click onto a file, new notebook. I can create a new notebook also. I can do whatever the operation I want in it. And if I want to cut this cell, I don't want it, I can cut like this. Like this, you can make use of different operation in it, guys. Right now, it is not required to use Jupyter Notebook. For you, the awareness of ideally is sufficient. If you want to work in Jupyter Notebook also, it is always welcome. I'll guide you people. If you are facing some issue in doing this one, I'll help you out. Okay. Now we'll move on to programming. Manikant, which one you want to repeat, Manikant? Just I'm explaining about the environment where you're going to work this Python. We didn't go inside. Cell, you want to repeat the cell? Okay, I'll repeat it. Cell in the sense that each and every place is there, right? This particular document. So once you're opening a new file, you can find this would be empty one. Let me show you how to open it. If I open a new file like this, you can find that an empty cell will be there. Just a minute. Okay, this all will be there, guys. When I'm opening first time, this all will be there. This one is called cell. Whatever the process I'm giving, I can execute here by giving shift enter. It will be executed. So if I give shift enter, it will add next cell. Next cell will be added. So if you want to add cell manually here, you can click on to plus and you can add the cell. How many cell you wanted, you can add it here. And whatever the command you want to do here, you can give the process and you can execute it. Okay, this is how to work with this environment. Is it clear? Okay. Manikant, is it clear now? What is cell? Each and every block is called cell where you are going to code it. Okay. Now we'll move on further, guys. Whatever the programming language you are taking, the first thing we'll be learning about the variables. The variable here is we'll be giving some data and it will be processing and it will be doing the process. What is there? Just a minute. Priyadarshini, here it does not require Priyadarshini. When you are looking at here, in this Jupyter notebook, it will be auto saved. Everything is auto saved. When you're going with ideally, you're supposed to save it. I'll show you how to save it when you're going there. Okay. After doing the program, I'll show you how to do it there. So if you are declaring a variable, you'll be declaring like this variable name assign value. Like this, I'll be declaring it. So I can assign a value like this. If I execute it, the value will be executed. So if when wherever I call this number, you can notice that the data 4 will be displayed. This is all about generally about variable. So before going to initialize the value, let us see what are the different types of data type available. I should know about data type. Where is code, ma'am? Manikant, we didn't start coding. Just I'm saying about the variable alone. Okay, after this only you're going to start with coding. Just I'm speaking about the basic, what is necessary for a program. We are speaking about what is variable and how to initialize it. Okay, listen. So whatever the process we are doing, we will be coming across the data type. So when I speak about data type, I can give different kind of data for a computer, isn't it? I can give a integer kind of data or I can give a float kind of data. You can notice here. I can give a integer kind of data or float kind of data. These are common data. For a computer, if I'm feeding some data, I can give either an integer type of data. When I say integer, integer will come across negative value to positive value. All the types of values will be there in case of integer. The same way, when I say float value, I can take starting from negative float value, the decimal which has a decimal point after to it. I can initialize these kind of value for a program. The same way, apart from this, I can give some kind of value true, false, either true or false, and these kind of value is called Boolean value. And these three types are common in all the programming language. If at all you people came across C programming, this particular data type is common for all the programming language, guys. So for a variable, I can initialize the integer value as I initialize number assign 4. So same way I can initialize for a variable a decimal value. Number 1 assign 5.5. I can initialize a decimal value. So wherever I call this number 1, you can notice that this 5.5 will be displayed. So if you want to confirm this is a float type and this is the integer type, you can make use of this type of, this is a predefined function which is used for identifying the type of a variable. Right now I declare this number 1. If I want to know what is the data type of it, I can give type of number 1. If I execute it, it will give the concerned data type. Clear with this one? This is a concerned data type which will be assigning it. So before going to data type deeply, I'll let you know one thing. So this Python programming language is known as a dynamically typed programming language. It is known as a dynamically typed. Dynamic, just a minute guys. Dynamic type language. The reason why I say dynamic less, you can notice that in case of other programming language, once I declare a variable with integer, in case of C programming, you will be declaring a variable like this. Data type int number assign 5. So what happens throughout a program, if I declare a variable like this variable number can able to store only a integer type. But in case of Python, it is not so. Once I declare a number call number, if I assign 6 for a same variable, I can declare, okay, if I call this number, you can notice that this particular number will be initialized with an integer. For the same variable, I can initialize as number assigned 3.4. There is no rule that I should not re-initialize the same variable. But in case of other programming, what happened? Once you declare a variable called number and initial value is 5, this number cannot be assigned, this number variable cannot be assigned with other data type. But in case of Python, it is not so. Once you initialize a variable for a value for a variable, it can be reassigned with any type of variable. I can initialize the integers for a same variable. For a same variable, I can initialize a float value, and for the same variable I can initialize a string value also. Got it? I can initialize any variable depending upon my convenience. This is called dynamically typed. Okay, this is called dynamically typed. There is no rule that once you declare a variable it should be initialized only with a concerned type. As per our requirement, I can able to initialize the data with some other, same variable with different value. So what is that, ma? Rama Teja, what is that asking? What you are asking for? Okay, good question. If I'm keep on reinitializing, which value is considered? The data will be overwritten. Got it? The data will be overwritten. The same variable, when I'm trying to reinitialize, you can notice that the same variable number I have reinitialized 3 times. Initially, I given 6, and next I given 3.4, and next I given Sugan. Now, if I call the variable number, you can notice that only Sugan will be there. The data is overwritten for a same variable. But in case of other programming, this will never happen. If I give integer, only integer can be stored. But in case of Python, it is not so. A variable is a dynamically typed one where you can able to keep on change the data type of a variable. Clear with this one? I'll let you know why is this dynamically typed useful, guys. After seeing 2 or 3 topics, will be clear with this thing. Right now, as of now, keep in mind, Python is a dynamic typed programming language. It doesn't depends upon a data type. Okay. Now we'll see what are the data types available. When we are seeing about the data type, we are seeing now we can give the integer type of data. When I say integer, it will come with negative value to positive range. The same way when I say float value, it will come with negative value starting from positive range with the decimal value towards it along with it. And next is boolean value is also accepted. True and false value also can be initialized. So these are common among all the programming language. Apart from this, we are having this integer base. Normally, if I give 10, if I give 20? What is the base of this 20, guys? What is the base value of 20? Normal mathematics. What is the base value of 10, 20? It means that good. It means that base 10, isn't it? All the integers all value are with base 10, where we learn in our schoolings. I guess you people could remember. Apart from this, we are having multiple bases. Base 2, base 8, base 16. Okay, later on we'll be seeing program based on bases, guys. Right now, just I'll give you an overview of it. So, if apart from this integer comes under base 10. All the integer comes under base 10. Apart from this, I can initialize the value with base 2, base 8 and base 16. Base 2 in the sense binary values, where I can initialize base 2 values like this: 0, B, 1010. What does 1010 means? What is the equivalent decimal value for it? 1010. Good. 10 is the equivalent decimal value, right? Now, if I execute it, you can notice that you'll be getting 10. Okay. So, like this, I can deal with the binary values also. So, if I feel that I want to convert the decimal value to binary, then give bin of 10. So, decimal value to binary conversion is very easy like this. This 0b denotes the binary values. Okay. The same way I can go ahead with base 8. Base 8 is the octal value, right? For octal value, I can mention 0, 0, O. This B and O, X, all those things can be either uppercase or a lowercase. It is not a case sensitive. Okay. If I give like this, what happen? Equivalent octal value of this value will be displayed. 147 equivalent octal value. This is the octal. Sorry, this is the octal value, guys. Equivalent binary. This decimal value will be displayed. Octal to binary. This is all about octal to binary. Sorry, ma. Octal to decimal. Sorry, it is not a binary. Octal to decimal value. The same way you can notice that hexadecimal values. Hexadecimal value in the sense we know that by decimal in the sense it takes whenever I say decimal it takes a range from 0 to 9. When I say a binary it takes a range from 0 to 1, right? 0 1s are binary values. Here I'm making use of hash. This hash is for a command line. This will never be executed. Whatever the statement I'm writing by using a hash, this will never be executed. Okay, I guess if you people came across C program, you people might have came across this command line. So command line is for reference, like a label as we pasting for notebook. Here this is for our reference. Okay. Gayatri, what you asked that? I couldn't understand, Gayatri, something you have mentioned it. Okay. Good. This we have mentioned it. This value is a octal value. When I execute this one, 0, O, 1, 0, O is for octal, 147. It will give you the equivalent decimal value for it. The same way the next is hexadecimal. Hexadecimal in the sense base 16, isn't it? So base 16 in the sense what is the value it takes? Base 16 in the sense it will takes from 0 to 15, where after 9 what happened? It will take A, B, C, D, E, F. Got it? I guess everyone knows about this base system. Okay, you're asking that do we need to require define like this? So if you want, you can assign for a variable, guys. Guys, just I'm saying about the values of it. If you want to assign for a variable, you can assign it and you can print it. You can assign like this, then you can print it separately. Okay, if I assign like this, it will never be printed. You're supposed to call a variable name. So just I'm avoiding it and giving directly here. Okay, I'm not assigning for a variable, just value alone I'm printing and showing it. When during your execution, if you want it, you can assign it. Okay, this is all about your hexadecimal. This one hexadecimal will have a range from 0 to 15, where it will take a value from 0 to 9. After 9, it will take A to F. If I execute this, it will give you hexadecimal to equivalent decimal value will be displayed. This is all about the other bases, guys. Other base from We know normally base 10. These are the other base value where you can deal in Python. Okay. Apart from this, we can deal with complex value also. What is your doubt? After hash, this for our reference, I wrote this one. Okay, for our reference, I wrote this, Manikant. Here, this is of base 10. This is of 0 to 1. Just for our reference, for you people, when you are viewing from there, you can notice that. What is this? As a hint, I have written here. This will never be executed. These are not executable statement. Okay, Rama Teja, you have a doubt how to use Boolean. Okay, I'll show you. I can assign number, assign Boolean. Just a value right now we are assigning it. We didn't go for programmatical implementation, guys. After this only we'll be going with programmatical implementation so that you people will clear with how to use it. As you assign a value for a variable, a Boolean value can be assigned. True or false can be assigned it. What is that, Sai Krishna, Sai Kumar? No, no, we never have in double float like this. We'll never. Here we'll be using it. I'll let you know when we'll be using it. Okay, no double, no signed, all those things. Okay, we'll be using int, float. These data type I'll be using, guys. Int, float, boolean, I'll be using it. But let you know when we'll be using it. Okay. So our next data type is complex type. And next type is complex. So when I say complex, everyone knows that in your schooling or your college, you might have learned about complex values. Complex value will get two values, one with real and other with imaginary, isn't it? Okay, I'll assign some variables. COMP assign 2 plus 3j. So among this, you can notice that 2 is the real value, right? If you want to fetch this 2 alone, if I give COMP, you can notice that the entire complex value will be fetched. Okay. So apart from this, you want only the real part. Whenever I say complex value, it will have two parts. One is real and another is the imaginary. Let us assume I want to fetch the real value from it. In those case, I can mention COMP dot. I can mention real. So if I mention it, what happened? Only the real part will be given as the output. The same way, if I mention COMP dot imaginary, it will give you only the imaginary value from your output. So like this, you can able to separate the complex value and I can able to access it. Clear with it? So these are the different data type available and these are the different values I can initialize for a variable. Till this, are you clear? What are the different types of value I can give for a variable? Keep in mind that this data type is not used for declaring a variable. As you see in other programming, I'll be using data type. Here, I'll never use data type for declaring a variable. I'll let you know where we people will be using. Okay, right now give me the confirmation. Are you people clear with what are the different data type available? Just give me a quick response, guys. Good. And next is, we'll see with what are the rules for there for naming a variable name. So here I'm giving some variable name, right? Number, COMP. I'm giving some name like this. This particular variable name is a user defined name, even though it has certain rules. We should know what are the rules for naming a variable name. Okay, next is we are going to see with rules for naming a variable name. Just a minute, Sai Ganesh, what is your doubt? Data type means different type of input I can initialize. As of now, keep like this. I'll let you know the exact purpose when you're going with the 2 or 3 topics after going. I'll let you know about the exact purpose of it. Okay. Right now, I don't want you to confuse it. Just as of now, keep in mind that these are the different types of data I can deal in Python. Okay. The exact purpose I'll let you know after 2 or 3 topics. With the example. Is it clear, Ganesh? Okay, guys. For naming a variable name, what are the rules is there? You can let me know what are the rules you know. I guess in C programming also, you people might have came across it. Variable name is a user defined name. I can give any name as my own wish, but it should follow certain rules. What are the rules for it? What is the first rule? Come on. Okay, won't use predefined keywords. Good. No predefined keywords should be used. No predefined words or reserve words. I can name is a predefined words or reserve words. Good. So what is reserve words, predefined words in the sense? So whenever, just a minute, we'll go one by one. Okay. So whenever I say predefined words, we know that we are having the keyword called int, if. We are having multiple words, guys. These are the predefined words. We are having true, false, is, okay, def, if else, okay, while loop, for loop, all those things are predefined words. All those words are real, imaginary. Good, Gopal. So all those words are predefined words. These words cannot be used for a variable name which has certain meaning for it. I cannot use it. And next is I cannot use any special character. No special character is allowed here. No special character is allowed except underscore. I can make use of underscore. Except underscore, no special character is allowed here. Okay. Okay. Then what else you people are sold? Okay. These point you people told, right? And what else can be? Okay. Combination of Nag Narendra has told combination of numbers with alphabet. Combination of numbers with alphabet is possible, which is nothing but alpha numeric is possible. Okay. Alpha numeric. Alpha numeric is possible, but it cannot start with number. Good, Lavanya. Good, Venkat. Good. Alphanumeric is possible, but it cannot start with number. So, for example, if I say that I can give student 1, this is possible. Okay, this is possible. This can be done. So, when I say one student as a variable name, one student, two student, this is not possible. So, alphanumeric in the sense combination of alphabet with numeric is called alphanumeric. Okay, alphabet with numeric is called alphanumeric. Naming a variable name we have mentioned here, right? I guess you people could remember number 1, number 2. This is the alphanumeric variable name. Alphabet followed by numeric is possible. Numeric followed by alphabet is not possible. The same variable, if I give one number, it will throw you error. Look at here. I'll give one number, it will throw you error. Invalid syntax. I can't able to do like this. Okay, I can give like this. Okay, like this is possible. And as I told you that doing underscore is possible. A variable name underscore. This underscore is possible. I can give by using underscore. This is also possible. Okay, so this is what I told you here. You can notice underscore is possible here and followed by alphanumeric. You should start with alphabet. You should follow by the numeric. It may or may not. There is no rule that you should have a numeric in it. But it should not start with a numeric. That is a rule for here. Okay, and good. What is the one more point? There should be no space in a variable name. Space between a variable name is should be avoided. No space should be given for a variable name. No space is allowed. For example, I can, if I feel that I want to give the variable like student info, assign 1, 2, 3. Want to give like this, it will never allow. There should be no space. So if you want to give it as a to name, I can use underscore student underscore info. It is possible. Okay. So what is that your doubt? So you want to start with underscore symbol. Yes, that's possible. Starting with underscore is possible. Starting with underscore or joining two strings with two variable name with underscore, that's possible. But no space. You should not allow. Space is not allowed here. Clear with it. And here, one more rule is I can make use of camel cases. Have you came across camel cases? Camel cases is allowed. Camel cases in the sense, Priyadarshi, no. I told you that you should not start with the integer. Starting with integer is not all possible here. First, it can start with underscore or it can start with alphabet. No integer. Okay. So camel cases in the sense, listen here. You people might have came across this camel case. Some example, let me give you. What is the example I can give? You can take this example where you'll be having iPhone. You'll be high as a lower case and phone. This is camel case example. And you'll be having eBay. That E is a separate and bay is a separate word. When there is a two word, what I told you that we can use underscore. Previously, I have given an example. The same string can be written as I underscore phone. When there's a two word, I can write like this using underscore. Writing the variable like this by using underscore is called snake case. This name is called snake case. And lighting like this, where the first letter is mentioned here and the second word, student info in the sense, student will be in a, you can notice that the previously I use underscore, right? You can mention student and info, I will be in uppercase. This is a camel case, guys. Okay. So this is a snake case and writing like this is a camel case. So when you're going for your job, they'll never speak with underscore. They'll say that declare a camel case. Okay. Apart from this, one more case is available, Pascal case, but we'll never use it, but know about it. In case of Pascal case, they'll be writing I with uppercase and P will be in uppercase. iPhone like this. This one is a Pascal case, but this is not recommended, but know about it. What is it? Pascal case. Okay. This is not recommended, guys. Just for your knowledge, I'm giving it. Okay. Don't use this one. This is for your info only. I'm giving this one. This is also available. So this is all about your variable name. Did we miss out any rule? I guess all the rules is covered. So variable name, I can give any name for a variable, but it should comes under this certain condition should be followed. Camel case, you want to repeat again? What is that, Manikant? What's the use? Which use, Manikant? You're asking about? I couldn't get you. You're asking about use of which cases? Cases, it will give you some meaningful. You can notice that instead of writing iPhone like this sounds good, right? Isn't it? If from instead of writing I underscore phone, it seems to be something like childish or seems to be something, what to say. It is not that much good. When you're looking at this I P with uppercase, it sounds good. That is a different. Okay. And Pradusha, you want to explain about this camel case? Camel case is very simple, guys. When I have two words, the second word which is going to start will start with the uppercase. For example, let us take some other variable name with two name. What I can take two name. Use some variable name with two name, guys. Student number or roll number. We can keep it right. Roll. Okay, and number n will be uppercase. Okay, this like this n will be uppercase and D mart. Good example. D mart like this. You can specify like this. But DMart is using Pascal, this one Pascal case, D with uppercase and M with uppercase. That is a, but actually DMart is using Pascal case, guys. They are not using camel case. They are using Pascal case, D with uppercase and M with uppercase. Clear with this one? These are the rule I should follow while naming a variable name. Kit Kat, good Ganesh. Okay, is that clear? Shall we move on further, guys? I guess you people are clear with what are the different types of variable data type and what is the rule for it. Okay, good. Good, good. And next, we'll move on to this reserve words is also completed. A lot of reserve words are there, guys. Almost, I guess, 45 reserve words are there. And later on, you can have a glance of it. Okay, some of you people are going to come across all those words. For your knowledge, just given here, these are the reserve words available. Okay. And next is, we are going to see how to initialize the value for a variable, and then we can go over the input operation of it. So normally, how will I initialize a variable value for a variable? I'll be initializing a number assigned 5. Like this, I can initialize it, right? I can initialize like this. Number one assigned 5. And if I feel that one more variable has to be initialized, I'll initialize number 2 assigned 10. One by one, I can initialize like this. I can initialize it as you do for other programming language, or this multi-valued initialization is possible. Multi-value initialization. Sorry guys, just a minute, cap lock. Okay, multi-value initialization. This is all about, for example, you can initialize the same data like this. Number 1, comma number 2, assign 5, comma 10. You can assign like this. So multi-value can be assigned a single variable. So if I call number 1, you can notice that number 1 will be initialized with the value 5 and number 2 will be initialized with the value 10. Okay, if I'm going to initialize the same variable with the multi-value with the same name, you're supposed to give like this. Just a minute, one equal to is missing. So when I'm going to initialize two variables with the same value, I can give even like this also, guys. When you're going to initialize with multiple values, I can separate with a comma. If I'm going to give all the value same values, I can give it like this. If I'm going to give different value, I can perform comma separated. Number 1 comma, number 2 comma, assign values can be given. These are the multi-value initialization which is possible, which will reduce the number of lines of coding. So I'll show you the very simple program. So if you want to perform swapping of two numbers, what is swapping of two number in the sense? Swapping of two numbers. What does it mean? Swapping. Swapping of two numbers. It is interchanging of values, right? Interchanging of values. So in case of other programming, if you want to perform swapping, how many lines does it take? Hardly 4 lines, right? 4 or 5 lines. But in case of Python, it will do in single line itself. Okay, let me show you what is that. How to do this one. So you can notice that if I want to modify my, right now you can notice that my number one value is, guys, here in case of Python, if you want to print the value of the variable, I'll be using keyword called print. Print is a predefined function which is used for printing the value. In your C programming, you'll be using printf statement, right? Here I'll be using print. I guess everyone might came across C programming, isn't it? Guys, is it does everyone has a knowledge of C programming? So if it is so, just let me know yes, so that I'll be comparing with the C programming. It'll be easy for you to do it. Yes, right, everyone. Good. Majority of the people is having knowledge of C programming. Good. Yes, Sai Gopal, here will not have the exact statement. Resemblance will be there. Okay, 1 or 2 lines resemblance will be there. Okay. Okay, guys, listen here. If you want to print the value of a variable, I can give print followed by the variable name. If I give like this, the value will be printed. If I give print number 1, the value of number 1 will be printed. If I give print number 2, the value of number 2 will be printed like this. So you can notice the value of number 1 is 3 and value of number 2 is 4. Right now, this is done. Okay, now if I want to swap the value of these two numbers, where number 2 value has to be moved for number 1 and number 1 value has to be moved for number 2, I can write like this. Number 1 comma number 2, assign number 2 comma number 1. That's it, your swapping is done. After this, when I try to print my number 1 and when I try to print my number 2, you can find that the value has been swapped, where number 1 value has been modified to 4 and number 2 value has been modified to 3. So in case of Python, your coding is very simple, guys. It is not required to write multiple lines. Within countable number of lines, your work will be done. Got it? This is all about your input operation and doing process. Your actually a number 1 value is 3 and number 2 value is 4. After doing this process, what happened? You can notice that this particular value of number 2 is assigned for number 1. The same way the value of number 1 is assigned for number 2. So the values has been swapped. Okay, this is all about this variable declaration and assigning value and multi-value declaration. Now we'll move on to the next important process, that is nothing but accepting input. How to accept the input and how to display it. So far we have seen how to initialize the value, directly how to initialize the value for a variable. Now we'll see how to accept the input from the user. How to accept input from user. Just a minute, guys. So I'll give along with the subheading, guys. If at all you're referring this notes, it will be easy for you for further reference. Okay. Input from user. In case of Python, if you want to accept the input from a user, I'll be mentioning by using a function called input. So by using this input function, I can able to accept the input from a user. For example, if what I mentioned, number assign input. If I execute this input function will accept input from a user. I can give any input. Here, for example, if I give 3, this 3 will be accepted as the input. If I call this variable name number, you can notice that this particular input number will display the value 3. Yeah, Ramateja, I didn't go deep into print statement. I'll explain about print statement after explaining this input statement. Due to this particular program only I used print here. I'll explain about the functionality of print after seeing the input. First input, then output. Okay, as you write that it can be done. Okay, good. Now look at here, guys. If you want, these are the very basic steps. If you want to accept input value from a user, you can notice that the input can be accepted by using just by mentioning input. If I want to accept the input like this, enter. For example, let us assume I'm going to accept a name. I can mention enter name. Okay, enter your name. After to this, I want to print the name whatever it is accepted. Just I can call name here. So if I execute it, what happen? It will accept for a name. If I give Sugan as a name, you can notice that the accepted input is displayed in your output. Keep in mind that in case of Python, string will be denoted by using single quotes. Okay, right now keep in mind the string is denoted by using single quotes, but actually string can be done in different notation. String can be given with single quotes, okay, or it can be given with double quotes, or it can be given with triple single quotes, okay, or it can be given with triple double quotes. While you're seeing with the string concept, I'll teach you in detail how to use this one. Right now keep in mind whenever we see double quotes or single quotes, the data is a string type. Okay, as of now keep this particular concept in mind. So whatever I told you is we are going to accept a name from the user. After accepting a name, you can notice that the name I'm calling the variable name, it is printing it. So let us do this process. I'll accept two numbers from a user. Number 1 assign input, enter number 1. So I'm accepting first number and I'm accepting number 2 assign input followed by enter number 2. I'm going to accept second number. So if you mention empty input alone, what happened? No message is printed, only text box is printed. If I give some message in my input, you can notice that enter whatever the message I given will be printed, and after this input will be accepted. You can notice it. Okay. So if you want some message to be printed before accepting your input, just give the message. This is all about your input statement. Keep in mind that by using input function, you're going to accept input from the user. So let us assume you're going to perform addition operation here. So for doing addition, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mention print number 1 plus number 2. Directly I'm doing addition of it, I'm printing it. Now let us execute this. What happened? Enter number 1 is accepted. So let me give 2 and let me give 4 as my number 2 value. Now you can notice that what is the output you're getting? You're getting output as 24. But what is the output? Actual output should be there. Addition of two number, actual output should be 2 plus 4 should be 6. But what happens here? It is displaying 24 as the answer. So what happens here is, you can notice that if you're doing like this, only concatenation happens. Concatenation of two strings. Concatenation, right? Okay, some typo error might be. So let me like concat alone. Okay, just try to understand it. So why this concatenation happens? So look at the type of the number one. We know that if I want to find the data type of a variable, we can make use of type of function which is available. If I give type of number one, you can notice that the data type of the number one is string type. It is not a integer type. We people might be wondering, I have given only integer type. How can it take a string type? By default, input method can able to accept only a string type. It cannot able to accept a integer type or float type or a boolean type. The default nature of your input method can able to accept only the integer type. Okay, then how can I accept the integer type? This particular integer type can be accepted by typecasting. I guess you people might have came across this term called typecasting. Converting one data type to the other data type is called typecasting. Okay. So how can I convert it? So for converting it, you're supposed to mention like this. You're supposed to mention, if I want to accept as an integer type, I'll mention int of followed by input. So the input will be accepted as a string type, then it will be typecast. So now if I execute it, you can notice that the data will be 2 and 4 will give you 6 as the answer. So now I guess you people might be clear what is the use of data type. Data type is used only for typecasting. It is not used for declaring a variable. Data type uses only for typecasting. Clear with it? This is what I told you. I'll tell you in the later period. This is the main purpose of your data type. We'll never use for declaring a variable as you use in the other programming language. In case of other programming language, this data type is used for declaring a variable. But in case of Python, data types are used only for typecasting, not for the declaration. So you can typecast as the data type you want it. Clear with the input operation? Shall we go ahead with the output operation? If at all you have any doubt in your input operation, you can let me know, guys. Yeah, you can use other data type. Whatever you want, you can implement it, you can check to it. Either float or as a boolean, you can do it and you can check to it later, guys. Okay. It will work for all the data type. Good. I guess you people are clear so far. Now I'll go with the output statement. Typecasting means, Lakshmi, converting from one data type to the other data type. Here the default is string. From string to I'm just typecasting to the integer. Conversion of one type to the other data type. Priyadashni, just for this colon to be displayed, I have given colon here. Here you can notice that I didn't give colon here, right? Enter your name, no colon. So no colon is displayed. Here I have given colon here. That is the reason colon is displayed, Priyadashni here. Okay, there is no other purpose of colon. Yes, Venkat, by default is a string type. Default nature of input method is a string type. It cannot be modified. Okay, after declaring, no, after declaring an integer. Yeah, after that also you can modify it. Okay, if you want to typecast it, you can typecast after that also. Is it okay? I'm mentioning float of number one. So this is typecast. This typecasting is done. Jyoti, which one you want to refer it again? How can we refer this again? Manikant, I didn't get your question. Just a minute. Let me unmute you. You can ask your question. Just a minute, Manikant. Yeah, you can ask your question, Manikant. What is that?
Ma'am, without using typecasting, we can't convert, no?
No option. The only way is you're supposed to typecast it.
Okay.
Okay, good. Yes, Sai Ganesh also has that. Data type. Yes, string is the default, Sai Ganesh. And what else? Yes, guys, I guess I've answered everyone, right? The string is the default one. I can't able to change that one. The default nature is string type. So if you want to accept as other data type, you're supposed to typecast it. Jyoti, I'll provide this link, Jyoti. Okay, by tomorrow I'll provide it. By tonight I'll try to upload it, and by tomorrow I'll provide this link and this notes. Okay. Lokesh, I didn't go for string concept yet. Just I'm seeing about the data type alone. We didn't teach with string. And after this only, you're going to go with the string concept. Okay. So we'll start with the string concept. We are yet to start. What is that, guys? We are running out of time. Lot of things is yet to cover. Make your questions fast. Okay. What is that? What is difference between typecasting and declaring? Good question. Declaring in the sense assigning like this. Number assign 5. This is declaration. Number assigned 5 is declaration. Typecasting is nothing but converting this value to other data type. Okay, this is one, and here float of num. This is typecasting. Both were different. Converting one data type to the other data type is called typecasting, and declaring in the sense initializing while declaring it, and initializing a value is all about declaring it. Okay. Okay, guys, we are done with this input operation. We'll go over with the output operation. In case of output, we'll be using print. So we are going to see with the output operation. So if I want to print some message, we'll be using method called print. For accepting input, we used input, right? The same way for printing some message, I'll be using print. So whatever the information I'm giving here will be printed. Just a minute, guys. I'll answer your queries after completing this topic. Okay. I'll respond to you. Just give me a few minutes to complete this topic. If I want to print some message, all is well. If I execute this, whatever the statement, if I give in double quotes, that particular data will be printed in your output screen. If I give all is well, it will be printed. Okay. So if I give one more statement, print hello. So you can notice that this all is well will be printed and hello will be printed in the next line. It will never print in the same line. The reason is by default, this print will have the nature as ends with new line. This by default, it has a nature ends with new line. So after printing the first line, the next line will be ended with a new line. So when we give the next print statement, it will come only in a new line. If you feel that I don't want to go in a new line, I want the all is well and hello to be printed in the same line, then I can add one more parameter to it just by mentioning ends with space. So if I want to ends with space, I can use space here. Now we can notice that this particular statement will be mentioned as all is well followed by space then followed by hello. This will be printed. If you feel that it want to be printed with some special character, after printing at the rate, I should print the next statement. You can give ends with like this. So keep in mind by default, if I give print statement, it will be printed with the new line. So if I want to add some character, I can add to it. So now let us assume I'm accepting name from the user. By using input statement, I'm going to accept name is a string type, right? So let me accept directly. Enter your name. I'm going to accept a name from the user and I want to print this name in my output screen. So I can print here hello. Okay. I can give here hello and followed by, I can mention two way of representation is there. Hello and followed by, just a minute guys. This is by concatenation. Okay, plus and followed by how are you. Either single quotes or double quotes is up to you. String in the sense either single quotes or double quotes. Don't think that one is single quotes. I can mention like this. Just a minute, ma. So now if I execute this, let me give some space here. If I need space, I can give here along with this. So if I execute this, if I give some name, Sugan. So what happened will display, hello Sugan, how are you? Like this, it can be done by using concatenation operator. So some message if you want to print it, it can be done by using concatenation operator. Or if I want to print the value, I know that the number value is 5. If I want to print number is, I can mention here number and followed by comma and I can call the variable name. So the value is going to be printed. So whatever the message I'm giving and followed by comma separator and followed by the variable name if I'm calling here, whatever given in double quotes will be printed in your output screen followed by the variable name when you're calling like this, the value will be fetched from it. So like this you can print the message in your output screen. Till this already clear guys? Janvi, what is your doubt? 5 is a string or integer. So where you are asking Janvi, which line you asked me? I couldn't get you. Here you asked it. Here it is an integer. If at all you are accepting value by using input method, it will be accepting as a string type. The default will accept string type. If you are initializing it, it will take only as an integer. Guys, keep in mind that whatever the input you are accepting by using input method, default will accept as a string type. Here this type of the number will be this integer type only. Guys, is that clear with the input and output statement? Shall we move on to the operators? Just make a quick response to me. Concatenation of string and integer is not possible. Concatenation of string with string is possible, guys. Concatenation of string with integer is not possible. Since this name is a string type, I'm concatenating it. Once you are going to display a integer type of value, make use of comma. Okay. Not like that, Ramateja. Okay, it is not like that. You should not give spaces. There is no condition like this. For if you want spacing, you can give to it. If you want, you can give it. How the format how you want to print it, you can give to. If you want spacing, you can give to. There is no rule that. Okay, good guys. We'll move on to next one. I guess everyone is clear. I cleared all your doubts. Guys, keep in mind this concatenation is possible only with string. So if I try to do with integer, that's not possible. 3 with size. Some names I'm giving, this is not possible. It will throw you an error. This is not possible. String with string concatenation is possible and integer is possible. Integer with integer addition is possible. String with string concatenation is possible. Don't confuse with this thing. While string with string concatenation is possible. Okay. Okay, good. Now we'll move on to next one, guys. So next is we'll go over with the operators. The same operator, whatever the operator you have seen in Python, the C programming, few operators will be repeated and one or two operators will be new here. So you can let me know what are the operators you came across. What are the different types of operators available? Guys, all those things are just a basic we are seeing. We didn't go in depth. Just make a quick response of it, ma. Operators, Kaushika, operators in this in control. Types of operators. Janvi, I'll come to you, Janvi. Just a minute, Janvi. I'll come to you after completing. I've started this topic. Just give me a second. I'll complete this one. I'll come to your doubts. Okay. So good. So what is the name of it? I guess you people are saying it, but what is the name of it? So first thing is arithmetic operator, right? Give me the name of the operator. Okay, good. Arithmetic operator, arithmetic assignment operator, good. Good. Just I'll type one by one, guys. Relational operator, relational or comparison operator is up to you. Okay. I can mention either relational operator or comparison operator. Then here there is no unary operator, binary operator, division, guys. Anything else? Okay, left shift, right shift. Okay, we'll come across logical operator. Okay, logical operator and followed by bitwise operator. Here we do have bitwise. Here left shift, right shift, you are speaking about it, right? So all those things comes under bitwise operator. Bitwise operator. And what else? I guess I've answered all you people. Bitwise operator. Then what else you people have said me? Relational condition is over. Fine. Equity operator. Okay, good. Equity operator. Equity operator we can add along with this relational operators. If so, two more operators pending, guys. I'll let you know what is that. Equity will come add along with the relational operator. We can add to it. So along with that, here specifically for Python, we'll be having membership operator. Membership operator, and then we'll be coming across identity operator. Identity operator. These are the operator we'll be coming across it. Okay. So we'll see one by one. So when I say arithmetic operator, what are the operators is there? Lavanya, conditional operator. Okay. As you see in unary operator, you're saying as conditional operator here, right? Okay. If required, we'll add unary this one also. Unary operator, but here this ternary operator you can add to it, but it's not required to add here. Okay. I'll let you know in the if condition part. Bitwise, I guess everyone we are dealt with it, right? So we'll see one by one. What are the arithmetic operators, guys? When we say arithmetic operator, what are those? Okay, we'll have addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and modulo division. These are the things where we people might came across it. Apart from this, in Python, we are having this one. So we know that division will give you quotient value and this modulo will give you remainder value, isn't it? This will give you quotient. I will take from this we'll take. Yeah, good, Pavan. So here, apart from this, we know this division. This division will give you decimal value. Along with the decimal value, so we are having one more division called floor division. So we are having one more division called floor division. Let me scroll a little up. There are a few more cells here. Floor division. So when I say floor division, I'll show you the difference, guys. Don't be confused. It's floor division or integer division. If I give 5 divided by 2, you can notice that you'll be getting answer as along with the floating point. So if I want only 2 here, in those case I can give like this. It will give you only the integer value. Either I can name it as a floor division or I can say name it as an integer division. Okay. And I guess you people know about this modulo operator. When we use modulo, it will give you the remainder value. Will give you the remainder value will be given here. And apart from this, we have one more additional operator in case of arithmetic in Python, that is double star. This is for your exponent or power value. I'll be using exponent. Don't try to use this cap symbol here. This cap symbol will be seeing in this bitwise operator. Bitwise XR, I'll be using this one. So don't try to use this cap symbol for power, it will go wrong. So this double star is for your exponent. Exponent in the sense I can name it as 2 power 3, I can give as 2 double star of 3. Okay, our square root of 2 can be given as 2 double star of 0.5 will give you square root of 2. Okay, square root can be mentioned like this, 0.5. Okay, this is all about your arithmetic operator. And shall we move on to the next operator? I guess you people are clear with the operators. Guys, the symbols are very basic symbols, guys. You should know for your writing program, you should know the symbols of it. That's the reason I'm giving a quick view of it. So this symbols is common for all the programming language. One or two symbols will be new here. Compared to all the others, one or two symbols will be new here, guys. Just a minute. We'll move on to the next one. And the next type of operator is arithmetic assignment operator. So this arithmetic assignment operator, I'll be using plus assign, minus assign, multiplication assign. What is the purpose of it? You can, if you know the purpose of it, you can let me know what is the perfect purpose of it. Modulo assign, floor division assign, double exponent assign. So what is the purpose of this ma? What is the use of this arithmetic assignment operator? Any idea about it? Increase by and equal to. Okay, good, Pavan. Simply I can name like this, guys. Will you agree? To shorten my expression. There is no specific. Yeah, Narendra, good. To reduce the expression or to shorten the expression. To shorten my expression. Shorten our expression, I can go ahead with this thing. So for example, you can notice that when I have a expression like this, x is equals to x plus 20. The same expression can be written like this, x plus equals to 20. Okay, so which will shorten the expression. So if at all the expression is like this, x assign y plus 20, is that possible to reduce this? It is not possible to write here. So when your right hand side, which means that when your R value and L value are same, in those case I can write like this, which is nothing but right hand side and left hand side value are same. In those case I can write like this. When it is different, is not possible. Basically, this operator is used for shortening my expression. Apart from this, no specific purpose. Generic purposes, this is the one. Okay. And other operator, we'll move on to the next operator. And next is relational operator. In case of relational operator, just a minute. In case of relational operator, what are the symbols we'll be using it? Less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, not equal to, equal to, equal to. I guess everyone is familiar with this operator. You want me to explain this relational operator? The main purpose of it is used for comparison. Shall we move on to next one? This is a very basic operator, right? I guess everyone knows this one, relational operator. Shall we move on next one? Yes, right? Okay, good. And next is logical operator. What are the logical operator available? Double equal to. Just a minute, I'll explain about double equal to. So if you want it. So double equal to is used for comparing. So you can take like this. 2 equals 2. It is used for checking the equality. So if I use double equal to, it is going to give only Boolean value as the output. I'll get Boolean output. It will give you Boolean value as the output. If I give 2 equals to 2, it will give you true. Okay. If I use some other value 2 equals to 3, it will give you false as the output. It is used to check whether my right hand side value and left hand side value are same. If it is same, it will give you true as my output. If it is false, it will give you false as my output. So this is the use of this double equal to. Parish, what is that not you want to explain? Okay, you mentioned the answer for next one. Okay, good. Amartya, is it clear? Double equal to? Okay, good. And next is we are going to see with the logical operator. So when we say logical operator, we'll be having only three things. Good. Good guys, good. I could see people writing and, or, okay, then not. These are the three operator, and, or, not. So we'll be using and operator for checking conditions. Okay, right now I guess you people are clear with the truth table, right? In your physics also you'll be having this truth table. You know this truth table, right? This particular and or not works based on your truth table. Okay, so in case of and, what happens? Both the conditions should be true. It will be true. You want me to explain the truth table, or just can refer it guys later on? Okay, so in case of and, you can notice that true, true and true gives you true as a result. Okay, true, only for true and true it will give you true as a result. For the all the other combination it will give you false as a result. False and true it will give you only false as a result. So we'll be seeing implementation in case of your control statement in detail. Right now just I'm giving only the overall view of it guys. Okay, true and true gives you true, false and true gives you false, false and false will give you false. So that I guess you people know about this one. Only one combination will give you one as a result. All the other combination will give you zero as a result. Isn't it? Guys, you know the truth table, or you want me to explain? Just give me the quick answer so that I can move on to next one. Come on. You know it, right? Okay, good. So in case, good. I guess you people know it. Know it of explaining the known concept. So in case of not, it'll give the complementary value. So if I mention not true, it'll give you false. Not of true will produce you false as a result. Okay, not in the sense complementary value, true in the sense false, false in the sense true. So this is all about a logical operator guys. The main purpose of your logical operator is for combining more than one condition. Combining more than one condition. There is specific purpose for each and every operator. You should know the purpose of it. So once you know the purpose, you know where to implement this particular operator. Clear? So once you want to explain it, okay, few people wants to explain this truth table once. So I'll take x and y value, and this is a resultant of AND operator, and this is a resultant of OR operator. Okay, so one gives you 1 and R gives you 1. Okay, those who want to know the truth table, you can just have a glance of this guys. Okay, 1 0 gives you 0. 0 in the sense false, 1 in the sense true. Just consider here as like this. Okay, R will give you 1. 0 1 will produce you 0. The normal gates you people might have learned, right? The same thing. The gates logic is here. We are going to implement here by using OR and AND. So when it is 0 0, it is going to produce you 0, and this also will produce you 0. This is the value of it guys. In case of not, 0 in the sense 1, 1 in the sense 0. Okay, this is a truth table. So when the combination is of 1 1, which is not true true, it will give you true. True false false, false true false, false false false. This is the output of your OR AND operator. You can notice that this is the output I'll be getting AND operator if this combination is there. For each and every combination, there is a respective value. For OR operator, there is a respective value. Okay, for AND operator, if I give, so for not operator, if I give 1, it will give you 0. If I give 0, it will give you 1. Complementary value will be thrown for it. Now is that clear? Okay, so this truth table will be helpful for you in bitwise operator also. You'll be seeing bitwise operator next one. It will be helpful for you there. So that is the reason once I given a clear view of it. Now I guess you people are clear, right? Now I told you that just know the purpose of each and every operator. Logical operator is used for combining more than one condition. For example, you can take this example finding biggest of three numbers. If I want to find the biggest of three numbers, I can, if I want to find, let us say I'm having three numbers, number 1, number 2 and number 3. If I want to decide this number 1 is the bigger one, I should compare with number 2 and number 3. So I should combine these two conditions to find out one result. If at all I want to find such a way, I can make use of this logical operator for combining multiple conditions. This is the exact purpose of your logical operator. Clear with it? And next one is, we are moving to next operator, guys. I guess you people are clear with the logical operator. And next is, we are going to see with the bitwise operator. So for bitwise operator, you should have a knowledge about this truth table in clear. So in case of bitwise operator, we are going to see with certain types of operator. In bitwise, what are the types of operators there, guys? Bitwise, in what are the operators are there? Any idea? Bitwise and operator. So I'll be using ampersand for bitwise and, okay. And in case of Python, I do have bitwise. Good, Arika, good. Good, good. I could see people are good. What is the Janvi slash R? Bitwise R. Janvi, what is the, okay, the pipeline you use slash, I guess. Symbol, okay. I got what you mentioned, if you mentioned it. Mm. Bitwise R, then followed by bitwise XR. Bitwise XR, I will be using bitwise XR, where I'll be using this power symbol. I told you that you should not use it, right? This power symbol is used for bitwise XR. And next is, we'll be using left shift. We'll be using left shift and right shift. Left shift. For left shift, I'll be using 2 less than symbol, and I will be using right shift. Just let me add few more cells, guys. Just give me a second. Guys, these are the basic operators you should know for doing your program. So in case of program, program is literally a mathematical operation, right? So you should know the operators. Then only you can able to do further operations. So left shift and followed by the right shift. So I'll be having these symbols. Okay, this is your left shift and this is your right shift. Now we'll go ahead with the implementation of each and everything. Keep in mind this bitwise operator will work only with the binary values. Binary values in this sense, what does it mean? It is the values with zeros and ones. First, we'll take this particular bitwise AND. We are going to work with bitwise AND. This is the first topic which I'm going to start with it. So let me take two values here. I'm going to have number 1 with the value 10. Yes, Manikant. What is that membership operator? We'll be coming across it. We didn't complete it. Still, you're having with only with this bitwise operator. We'll go ahead with membership operator. Don't be worried. Okay. So, what is the equivalent binary value for 10? Just now we have seen it, right? What is that? 1 0 1 0. This is the equivalent binary value for this, right? And let me take number 2 with the value 15. What is the equivalent binary value for 15? Binary value for 15. Good. 1, 1, 1, 1. This is a binary value for 15. Right now, what you are going to do is you are going to do bitwise AND operation of these two values. Okay, we are going to do bitwise AND operation of these two values. We can substitute this truth table here. Okay, look at here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mention 1 and 1. 1 and 1 gives you 1 again. Okay, just listen. What I'm going to do is I'll circle and show you what we'll be doing. We'll be comparing these two correspondent value. We'll take these two correspondent value and I'll do bitwise operator here. Okay, 1 and 1, when two values are 1, 1, so 0 and 1 gives you 0 again. So again 1 and 1, just a minute. Okay, 1 and 1 is 1 and 0 and 1 gives you 0. So once I execute this statement with bitwise AND operator, it will produce you 10 as my output. Got it? So let me show you the output of it. Let me execute and show you the output of it. Number 1 is 10 and let me give number 2 value as 15. So if I mention print number 1 and number 2. Okay, if I perform this, you can notice that it is going to throw you output as a 10. This is how the calculation is done. Is everyone clear with this, ma? Do you have any doubt on it? You can let me know before moving on to next one. This is how your bitwise AND is done. Shall we move on to bitwise R? So bitwise R, what is the result, ma? For bitwise R, just let me know what could be the result. So for the same value, I'm going to do bitwise R. Good, good, Harika. What about others? Make it faster. What is the Teja? No, it's single quotes. If you give single quotes, it will be printed. So guys, don't confuse. If you give result, then you're supposed to give inside quotes. Result CULT. Just a minute, ma. It is fluctuating somewhere. Key is running somewhere. So I'm doing something. It is performing something. Mouse is not in my control. Just give me a second. So if you want to print like this, then you can give like this. So don't be confused when to give comma. What happened here? Number 1 variable name. It got confused. Just a minute. Due to this mouse is running somewhere, it got confused. Nothing else. So if you want this data to be printed, then you can give like this. Okay, good. I could see many of you people have given right answer. So when I'm doing this binary value, I'll be getting answer as OR operator. When either of my value is true, I'll get true as my result. So 111 is going to give you 15 is my answer. So if I try to execute this operation, I'll get 15 as my answer. Sundar, what you have mentioned, just give me a second, Sundar. I'll read your text and I'll answer you. Give me a second. So the same operation, if I mention instead of and, if I mention or, you can notice that you'll be getting 15 as my answer. Okay, you don't know how to convert this as a binary value. 10 with the binary value. Okay, I'll let you know. Many people are suffering how to convert it. Okay, I'll give you the overall view of it, guys. Okay. How to get binary values. Okay, I guess you people might forgot how to get it. I'll show you here. Just don't worry about it. If at all you're new for it, listen, I'll show you the overall view of it. You can just have a glance of it. If it is 10, okay. Manikant, I'll come to you. I'll let me solve this one. Guys, let me show you how to convert equivalent binary value. If it is 10, you will have a habit of writing like this. 5 2s are 10. What is the remaining value? I'll get 0 as my remaining value. There is no remainder. The same way, if I continuously divide by 2, so you're going to make a base 10. The 10 is a base 10. By default, 10 values of base 10, you're going to make it as base 2. So if you want to convert the integer value to base 2, continuously divide the number by 2. So if I divide by 2, remainder is 0. Again mention 2 2s are 4, the remainder value is 1, isn't it? Again, when I'm trying to divide it, you'll be getting 2. 1 2 is 2, the remainder value is 0. Take the value from this position. You'll be getting 1010 as the answer. The same way, if you take 15, for any number, follow the step. If you take 15, what I'll do is 7 2s are 14, remaining 1. Again, I'll have 2. So 3 twos are 6, remaining 1. Isn't it? Again, I'll mention 2. 1, 2 is 2, remaining 1. So I'll get 1, 1 as my binary value. In this way, you can convert from base 10 to base 2. Converting a base 10 to base 2 is a binary value. Okay, is that clear? So Harika, good doubt. If I use A and D, what happen? A and D will do this AND operation. AND operation. I guess you could remember as AND operation, right? What is the AND operation will give you as output? What is the output of AND operation? So if I use R, it is not. You should not use like this. It is not advisable to use it. It will give you the right answer, but it is not for all the value. It is. I'm not sure that you will be getting right answer for all the values. Some it will be varying. What I'm doing, R operator I'm using. What is the value it is throwing? It is throwing 10 value as the answer. 10 or 15, but actually my output should throw you only 15 as a value. It will perform some other operation. So don't try to put OR here. You're supposed to, whenever you're supposed to perform bitwise, make use of pipeline alone. Okay. Guys, just a minute, one by one, make your doubts. That's completed. Morning. Which one, Manikant? Which should be under double quotes? This result. Are you speaking about this result? This result is a string. It can be either double quotes or it can be a single quotes. Parish, what is your doubt? We can't say exactly Parish like this. So it follows the rule of the truth table. Based on the truth table rule, it is going to give you. Always we can't say that it is finding minimum value and maximum value. Okay. Pavan, what is your doubt? Guys, don't think that it gives you first value, minimum value like this. Try to do bitwise operation. So it's taking a binary value, it is going to perform it. Don't keep any fixed rule. Don't form any fixed rule for it. We can't able to fix a rule for it. So what is your doubt, Ramteja? Can I give result assign print number 1? Okay, result assign print number 1. You're trying to print a result, it will print none as the answer. So the return type of your Ramteja. So what is your name? Ramateja, right? Sorry ma. Ramateja, you mentioned this result assign. Yeah, sorry guys. Sorry ma. Result assign, if you mention print, some value are given, right? So print number 1. So this particular print by default is none type. So don't try to do this like this. So it will throw you error. And moreover, what you have mentioned is you have mentioned this result in single quotes. If you mention this result in quotes, it will be printed as it's in your screen. As at whatever you given it. So if you want to call as a variable name, I'll call like this. Okay. So if I try to print, it will give you only none as the result. Because this particular print will give you, it is not going to give you nothing. So it is not going to throw you anything. So if I try to print it, it will give you none as a result for RES. Don't be confused. The return type of this print is nothing. This print is a predefined function which will not return anything. So since I given this task is printed as 10. But the return type is nothing. So it is returning none. When no value is there, none will be printed. Clear with it? Come on, is it clear? Okay, I guess you people are clear, right? Okay, good. So we are seeing with this OR operator. The same way we'll complete this XOR also. Just give me a second, we'll complete this one. Where it is? Okay, XOR. We'll move on to XOR operation. For XOR, I'll be using cap symbol. For XOR, what is the rule, guys? For XOR, what is the rule? I didn't write rule for XOR for truth table. Could you remember for XOR, what is the rule? We are written for AND operator or operator. If it is for XOR, what could be the rule? Same or different? Both must be different or same? Different. So when it is and 1 1, it will give you 0 as a result. So whenever it is 1 0, it will give you 1 as a result. So whenever it is, something is happening. Keys is not moving, guys. Just give me a second. Got stuck here. Okay. Whenever it is 0 0, just let me write here as of now, and later on you can write it, guys. Oh god. The entire two table is deleted. It is here. Let me write here. As of now, when it is XR, you can notice that 1 1 gives you 1 and 0 1, 0 1 gives you 1. So 1 1 gives you 0, 0 1 and 1 0 gives you 1. Both the combination gives you 0 as a result. Is that clear? So whenever it is 1 1 or 0 0 gives you 1 0, and the remaining combination will give you produce you 1 as a result. This is all about a XOR operation. So we'll come on here. So for XR, what could be the result, guys? For XR operation, what is the result here? Good. So you'll be getting 1 1 is 0. Okay. And 1 0 is 1. Again 0 0 is, so 1 1 is 0. And here it is 1. So what is the equivalent value we'll be getting? The equivalent value is you'll be getting 1. Here it is 0. And here it is 4. So you'll be getting answer 1 plus 4. Answer is 5. So got it. So once you're executing this by using XR, you'll be getting answer as 5. Guys, don't be confused how it is 5. Those who are people are new for it, I'll let you know how it is. You'll get answer as 5. You can notice this value, right? It is produced with result 0. Here this is a 4-bit representation, guys. So he'll be mentioning 0, 1, 0, 1. So the equivalent binary value is taken as 2 power of 0. You'll be taking the value like this. You'll be taking this value is 1 into 2 power 0. Here 0 into 2 power 0. And here I will take again 1 into, sorry guys, just a minute, let me clear it. Since there is no space, this confusion, just let me add 2 more cells here. Here just let me mention it. So this is 1 0 1 0. So people, those who want to calculate, will mention as 2 power 0 into 2 power 1 into 2 power 2 into 2 power 3. So 1 into 0, 2 power 0 gives you 1. 0 into 2 power 0 gives you 0. 1 into 2 power 2 gives you 4. So this also produces you 0. So summation of it is going to give you 5 as the answer. Got it? So literally, if you want to know the value of it, you can have a remembrance like this. 1, 2, 4. Okay, 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3. You can keep like this, where there is a equivalent value for this value, this equivalent value for this number. So the first digit value is 2 power 0. So if it is on, you can calculate it. If the value is not on, it is not required to calculate. Right now, you can notice that this is 1. So you are supposed to take this value. And this is 1 here. You can take this value. So 4 plus 1 gives you 5. You can calculate like this, guys. Those who are new for it. Okay. Are you people clear with the XOR operation? So what is that, Vamsi? You asked the doubt. I couldn't understand. Just a minute. So Vamsi here, I guess you are confusing with this double quotes and this, isn't it? This is a value. I'm going to substitute it. This is a value I'm going to substitute it, and this is a variable I want to display in my output screen. Okay, the data, if I want to display in my output screen, I'll be giving in double quotes or single quotes. The value I want to print it in the sense, just I'll call without double quotes. Keep in mind, if I quotes, it will be printed. Any variable name called here, the value will be substituted. Okay. Manikant, what is your doubt? Means how we get it. Which one, Manikant, you want to get it? I couldn't understand. Can you make your question a bit clear? The last code, which one, Manikant? This one. I couldn't understand what you are saying. Will you ask me orally? I couldn't understand. What is your doubt? R operator.
Last program of R operator. Man.
Yes, we are using
The
R
output
here.
we got none. No, man. How we got it?
This one.
Output, man. Yes, man. That one.
This one, someone asked me doubt. Here, what is the value you're throwing? So we are doing some calculation, right? We didn't do any calculation. We are giving print number 1. So when I mean print number 1, the value of number 1, 10 is printed. But I didn't store any value. I didn't give result assign 5 or something. I didn't store it. Here I mentioned result assign print number 1. So number 1 is printed. But this print function doesn't return anything to store here. The work is done here is printed. That's it. I didn't store any value to result. So that is the reason it's giving none as the answer. When no value is stored, none is given. Got it? This is a print function. I'm not storing any value. If in the same place, if I give, instead of giving like this, if I give result assign some value, then it will be displaying some value. Here I given the task inside the result is to print it. Got it? What I'm saying? I given a task to print this particular function. So previously it is printed. So if I store value, it will be displayed here. So default return type of a print is none. Good. So what is that if people are doubt? What is the use of XR? Narendra, depend upon the program, what they are asking, you can do it. There is no specific use of it. You should know the functionality alone. Priyadashini, what is your doubt? No, Priyadashini, that's not necessary. If you want to print this result, you can print this variable. If you don't want this one, you can avoid it. Directly, you can give number 1 XOR number 2. Okay, good. I guess you people are clear so far. I'll move on to the next operation. We are going very slow, guys, I guess. Lot of things are to be covered. Okay. So meanwhile, just ask your doubts to me, okay? Whenever the session is going. And I guess you people are clear so far. I'll move on to the next one. So still this is a pending. 2 more operators is there. I forgot about this. Okay. Left shift and right shift. So I'll tell you about the left shift. Just give me a second. So we'll take this number 1. We'll take this number 1. The value of number 1 we can take it as 10. So what is the equivalent binary value of it? The equivalent binary value is we'll write in the 8-bit representation 0001010. So right now I'm going to try to perform left shift. I'm going to perform left shift here. So whenever I say left shift, I'm going to move my byte by left shift by 1. So listen carefully. So when I say left shift in the sense, I'll move this towards here. I'll move this data here and all this data will be shifted one step before to it. So I'll show you the result of it. Print 10. Left shift is left shift of 1. So if I'm doing left shift here, what is the result of this 10? You can notice here, just a minute. You can notice here, you'll be getting 0, 0, 0 and 1 will be shifted one step before to it and I'll get 0, 1, 0, 1 and 1, 1, 0 will be added. Clear with this left shift operation? And what is the equivalent integer value of it? 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3, 2 power 4, 2 power, it will keep on increasing. So I'll be getting equivalent value like this. So directly I given 10 guys. If you want, you can give number also. So if I do like this, you'll get 20 as the answer. So here you'll be getting 16 will be there. So 16, this will be the, when I shift like this shift will be added. So 16 plus, so portion of this byte is 4. So 16 plus 4 gives you 20 as a result. Guys, got it? So 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3, 2 power 4, 2 power 5, 2 power 6, 2 power 7. This is how you're supposed to have a value of it. So here you can notice that this byte is on, where this byte is on. So this is on, you can take this value 4 and this byte is on. So you can take this value 16. 16 plus 4 is going to produce you 20 as the result. Is it clear for you people how you got 20? Come on, give me a quick response guys. Yes, right, good. And next is right shift. And next is right shift. In case of right shift, the same data. Print 10, right shift of 1. So if I perform right shift here, you can notice that I'll move this byte one step towards my right side. So I'll be having 0, 0, 0, 0 and here 0, 1, 0, 1. Got it? So one step towards my right side will be moved so that I'll be getting value. So we know that this particular position value is 4 and the last position value is 1. So I'll be getting value. What is the value of it? Right shift. I'll get value 5 as my answer. Clear with the left shift and right shift for you people? So you can do one shift or two shift. If I do two shift, then 2 times will be shifted. So based on the shift you are performing, this is going to be happen. Okay, this is all about a left shift and right shift. Left side one shift, right side one shift, or two shifts. It's up to our wish. I guess you people are clear with this bitwise operator. And the next two operators, membership operator and INT operator. We'll see one by one. And the next operator is membership operator. Let me scroll down. And next operator is membership operator, which is new for you people, I guess. Whenever I say membership operator, it is used to find a value in a group. I can mention in, not in. These are the two types of operator I'm going to use it, in, not in. So for example, if I want to find, let us assume there is a group of value. For example, let us assume I'm going to take a string called Sugan. If I want to find whether alphabet G is there in this particular given string, I can mention G in Sugan. So it will give you true as my result. In this group of, this string is a group of value. From this group, I can able to find whether it is present or not present. If I mention some other string like this, gi is there or not. If it is not there, it is going to give you false as my result. So this is the use of this membership operator. Among the group of value, it is used to find where the value is there or not there. So if I give the same statement with not in, it will give you the value is not there. So it will give you true as my result. Got it? This is the use of this membership operator. And next is identity operator. Yeah, it works for a group of integers, Soumya. Okay, we'll see this example in not in while seeing with your if condition. I'll show you the better example. Right now, since we didn't start with if condition, this example will be fine. Okay, it can work with integers also in a group of values. Not in a single value. Make sure that's a group of value. Okay, this will work one in a group. And next is int operator. In case of int, I'll be using two operator. One is and other is not. This is similar to double equal. This is similar to double equal to. And this is not is similar to not equal to. Instead of using double equal to, I can use is. For example, normally we'll be using 3 is 3. It will give you true. Or I can use 3 double equal to 3. It will give you true. Okay, not equal to in the sense I can use is not. So instead of using these symbol, I can use this int operator. It's used for checking the resemblance of it. Is this clear with the operators, guys? Do you have any doubt in operator? You can let me know now. Come on. Is it clear so far? After this, we people are going to start with control statements. Good. I guess you people are clear, right? Good, good. Okay, ma. We can have 5 minutes of break. By tomorrow, from tomorrow, we can have 10 minutes of break. Since today's time is not sufficient, I'm giving 5 minutes of break. What is that, Rakesh? You want the membership operator. In a group, you want to find whether the number is there or not. You can find by using membership. For membership, I'll give you better example in the next topic what I'm seeing. Okay. Oh, Chandramouli, this or this, either is or double equal to. Either not is or not equal. There is no rule that you should use only this operator. Both functionality is same. It's up to us. You can use any operator. Okay. Okay, guys, move for your break. By 6:30, again, we can resume the session. You can go for your break. After break, I'll explain all your doubts. Okay, move for your break, ma now. Just a minute. Chandramouli, I guess I've answered you, right? Difference between double int and equity operator. Depending on our wish, you can use it. Okay, Janvi, what's your doubt? Double equal to is a relational operator. Then how can this come in a int? Just shown you that I didn't mention this double equal to the int operator. It does the same purpose of the int, this double equal to. That's it. Janvi, don't confuse it. I didn't mention this double equal to is the int operator. Guys, keep in mind is and is not is only the int operator. It does the same purpose of these operator. Got it? And guys, are people there? Okay, fine. And Gayatri has some doubt. We use double and single quotes while printing. It's up to us, Gayatri. You can use double quotes for printing or single quotes. It's completely up to us. Shanti, what you want? After few classes. Yes, Shanti, we are going in each and every topic. What is the necessity for you? Okay, completely you are going inside to it only. Hari, Hari Nisha, what is your doubt? Sorry, here guys, this is a single equal to. This is not double equal. Hari Nisha, this is not a single equal. This is not a single double equal. This is a single equal to. Okay, Harnisha, thank you. This is not a single double. It's a single. Yeah, Python is a case sensitive, guys. Python is a case sensitive. If I give number 1 assign 5, okay. But when I'm trying to print number 1, it will just a minute. Unfortunately, I've executed it. If I give number 1, it will throw you an error. It doesn't understand what is it. It will say that number 1 not defined. There is no variable like this. Got it? Okay, good. Okay, guys, shall we move on next one? So the next topic, we are going to move on to the fresh topic, guys. That is all about control statement. This is all about your operators. So far, we are seeing only the basics thing. So just now, we are moving on to the programming concept. So we are seeing what are the basic thing required for doing a program. Okay. Now we'll move on to the programming concept. The first one is, you're going to see the important one. That is control statements, which is common for all the programming language. Control statement. So far, whatever the code we are written, we have seen only execution of top to bottom. So if you use control statement, it will be executing based on the condition or based on certain rule. So this control statement has been classified into two types. One is conditional statement and other is a looping statement. These are the two types of control statements available, where you'll be learning in the same topic in other programming like decision making statement and looping statement. The same topic here I'll be naming as a conditional statement and looping statement. So once I name as conditional statement, you'll be learning about if condition. Okay. When I say looping statement, you'll be learning about while loop and for loop. These are the two topics we'll be learning about it. Okay, now we'll move on to the conditional statement one by one. So for when the conditional statement I say, we are going to see about if statement. There is no switch in case of Python, guys. Only if is there, and this if has been classified into different type. Those are simple if followed by if else. Okay, and next is if else if later or if else later. You'll be mentioning else if later or if else later. As you see in other programming, the same concept. If else later followed by nested if else. Okay, these are the different types of conditional statements where I'm going to implement by using if statement. So you can notice that, so based on the condition, your program is going to work. So now we'll take one by one, we'll see the syntax of it and we'll see small program for implementation of it. The first one, what you're going to see is, we are going to see with the simple if. The syntax of simple is if followed by a condition. It is similar to your other programming, guys, but syntax wise there is small variation is there. Listen carefully. If followed by the condition, and here just a minute, let me add few more cells. If followed by the condition, and here I'll have true statement, and next I'll write true statement inside this one. So if the condition is true, I'll have true statement alone. So make sure that this is the exact syntax. So we'll never have parenthesis. If you are using in other programming, how will I mention this? We'll mention a parenthesis condition inside it, and we'll have open curly braces and close curly braces, right? So in case of Python, we'll never have anything. We'll be having if condition followed by colon is important, and followed by the statement whichever comes inside this will be followed by the indentation. Python is an indented program. Whatever the statement is going to write inside of this particular block, all this thing comes followed by the indentation. Here it is better to make use of tab space, guys. Don't use spaces here. If you use spaces here, it will throw you some mistakes. Sometimes spaces I can't able to count exactly. So it is better to handle with the tab spaces. So we'll take a scenario, a small scenario for simple if. So we'll take a small program. We are going to write. We are going to write program to check. Just a minute. To check given age is eligible to vote. Given age is eligible to vote. This is a condition we are going to check with it. Okay. For this, what I can do is first you are supposed to accept the age from the user. So let us accept the age from the user. Age assigned int of input. So we'll accept the age from the user. Enter age. So input has been accepted. It has typecast to the integer. Now what is the condition we are supposed to check? Whether the given age is eligible to vote or not. So what is the condition I can mention here? The given age which is greater than or equal to 18 should be considered as eligible to voting. So you can consider if statement here. If the user entered age, whatever the value in the variable name called age is greater than or equal to 18, then we can print as a message as eligible to vote. So this is all about your simple if, guys. So after this, if I execute this, if I give some age which is greater than 18 like 21, you can notice that it will display eligible to vote. And I can give some statement next to it also. So I can give print end of program. So if I give like this, what happen? You can notice that this particular end is not within your if block. The statement inside your if block is only this. So I am giving this along with the indented space. So this space denotes that this line is within your if block and this line denotes that which is not inside your if block. So if I execute now, you can notice that if I give values like this, just a minute, if I give values like 25, you can notice that it is going to display eligible to vote and followed by end. So if I execute the same program with the value called 15, you can notice that only end will be displayed, which means that 15 is less than 18. Your condition is false. This condition is false. Once the condition is false, it will never go inside. Only the outer statement is going to be printed. Got it? This is a statement you're supposed to keep in mind. So whatever the statement you feel that should execute only if the condition is true, you can place inside your if block. Till this already clear? Yeah, space should be there, Ramateja. Space should be there. This if is separate and this is separate. If followed by space condition. Okay, good. Now we'll move on to next one. So good doubt. If I didn't give n, if I give 15 as your input, no output will be displayed. Let us assume, as you say, if this value is there, okay, if I give this one, if I execute this, if I give 15, you can notice that no output will be displayed. Okay, no output will be displayed. What is there? Is there is any specific number of indentation? There should be equal spacing should be there. But it's better to use task space. Don't mention equal number of 4 task space you can use, or some space should be there. Better to use task space, guys. Don't have a counting of it. Better use task space. 4 blank spaces. Okay, 1 task space is better. Better to handle with task space. Don't make use of spaces. It will arise confusion. Okay. Now we'll move on to the next one. So if at all I want some condition, so if the age is greater than 18, I want eligible to vote, and if the age is lesser, I want to display not eligible, eligible to vote or not. If the question is like this, even if not also I should display some value, then I can go ahead with the if else condition. If true, display some value. If false, display some other value. So we are going to go ahead with the if else syntax. Guys, the syntax structure is almost same as the other programming. So if the condition is false, you should place your else straight to a if. This is how it will be there. You can notice that this structure should be followed, guys. That is the reason I'm writing the syntax of it here. False statement. You'll be writing like this. What's your doubt, Harsha? Can we print eligible age with the entered number? Yeah, you can accept it. If you want to accept the eligibility criteria from the user also, you can accept this as a one variable name. Eligibility criteria, since I know, I'm fixing it here. If you want to accept the eligibility criteria from a user, you're always welcome. Make it in some other variable name. Okay. Okay. Now listen carefully, guys. Listen carefully. We started programming from the given data. Good. Now listen. The same program, what I'm going to do is, if at all the condition is false, when the age is lesser, we are going to write the same program here. I'm going to extend the same program only, guys. It will be easy for you to understand. That's the reason. Else, if the given input is not, then I can mention else and print not eligible. Not eligible to vote. This is done. So if I execute it, if at all the given value is not eligible, directly it will come to the else part and it will execute not eligible to vote. Make sure that this structure should be followed. This is the implementation of if else. Okay, that is the implementation of if, and this is the implementation of if else. If not, I'll have a if condition is true, true, false, true part. If the condition is false, false part. If you feel that some statement has to be given outside your program, you can give like this end. So if I give in, even when your condition is true or false, irrespective of it, you can notice that this end statement will be displayed. What is that, Soumya? Yeah, this is what I'm mentioning it. If I use n, if the condition is true, it will display eligible to vote. If your condition is false also, the statement will be displayed. Irrespective of the input, it will be displayed. There is no condition like this. For this n block is the outside to a if block. It is not depending upon your if block. Okay, that is the reason. So this is all about your if else. Okay. And next one is, guys, right now I'm teaching only the concept for you people, guys. Once after teaching the concept, after 1 or 2 days, I'll be giving some practice questions for you people. Okay, this is the first time since you're seeing this particular programming language first time. Right now, first let me teach you the concept. After teaching the concept, I'll give you practice question. I'll guide you people how to do it. Okay, so don't be worried. If I spend much time in practicing now itself, we'll never find to complete a syllabus. Okay, so you'll complete few topics, 2 to 3 topics, then I'll give you practice question on each and every topic. And next is if else later. If else later in the sense, if I have multiple conditions. So here you can notice that I have only one condition, right? Whether the age is greater than 18 or less than 18. This is the condition we have seen it. So if I have multiple condition here, for example, if I have a condition like this, let us assume if the age is between if the age is between 0 to, sorry, if the age is no zero age, right, should be 1, from 1 to 7 17, I should display not eligible to vote. This is my condition, not eligible to vote. And if the age is between 18 to 100, we can display eligible to vote. Okay, eligible to vote. And if at all the age is less than 1, no person is less than 1 except the born babies, okay, less than 1, or the age is greater than 100. Nowadays we can't able to find many people greater than 100, right? So we can mention if the age is greater than 100, I should print invalid as my input. So this is a condition I have given it. For this given condition, we are going to write a program. Here you can notice that I'm having multiple condition. I'm not having single condition. I'm having three separate condition. So if I have multiple condition, then I'll make use of if else later. Here I have only one condition, true or false. Then I can go ahead with this one. If I have multiple condition like this, then you can go ahead with if else later. Now we'll see how to implement this one. Okay. So the same process, ma. So let me copy paste the previous program so that we can save the time. Where it is, just give me a second. Mouse is keep on fluctuating. So we'll take the same program here. I'll copy it. I'll copy to it. I'll come down. Let me paste this one here. So before that, I'll show you the syntax of it. Okay. The syntax of it will be, let me have this one. The first way will write the syntax of it. The syntax of it will be, in case of this else if later, as you see in other programming, here in case of C, if you are using, you will be using else if. Here I'll be using elif. Elif followed by a condition. This is the syntax of it. If the first condition is not true, go ahead with the next condition. Okay. And we'll have a true statement inside this one. So like this, I can have n number of conditions. There is no rule that I should have only one condition. I can have as many condition I want. Okay, and I can have this else part, and this else part is an optional one. It is not a mandatory one. This else part is an optional one. If it is required, you can mention it. If it is not required, you can stop with elif itself. It's up to you. This is the structure of if else later. Clear with it? Now the same program what we see before, we are going to modify it. So what are the condition they are given? The first condition is, if at all the age is between 17 to 18, not eligible. So you can take this condition if the given age is greater than, so 17, 1 to 17, right? If the age is greater than or equal to 1, and what is the other condition? And so it is not required to use parenthesis. Even if you are mentioning parenthesis also, it will never throw you error, guys, but it's not necessary. As per the Python structure, it is not necessary. And your age is less than or equal to 17. So if it is so, what you're supposed to display? You're supposed to display not eligible to vote. So this is done. Okay. Else, if that condition is not true, what is the next condition we are supposed to check? The next condition is, I'll check if the given age is greater than or equal to 18 and the range is between less than or equal to 100. I'll display eligible to vote. So when none of my condition is displayed, the given age doesn't follow this range as well as this range. So then by default, I can come to the conclusion it is an invalid age, isn't it? Not of checking condition for invalid, directly you can print it is a invalid. Okay, good doubt, Manikant. Parenthesis means mentioning like this. Mentioning like this is called parenthesis. This one. This one is called parenthesis. Here it is not required. It's not a mandatory. Even if you're mentioning, it will never throw you error, but it's not a required one. Okay. That's what I told you people. Huh? So for the same program, if I give the age as 12, 12 it will display not eligible to vote followed by, what is that, Priyadarshini? You are saying that we can't use symbols. Where you are using symbols, ma? What is the symbol you are representing here? I couldn't get. What is your doubt? What is the symbol you are speaking about? Which symbol, ma? And no, that is a bitwise operator, right? I told you that bitwise operator is for doing for calculation. This is for checking the condition, whether it is within this range or not. Whether this condition is true and this condition is true. Okay, good. Now, if I give 12, your first condition is within this range. This is satisfied. So it is displaying not eligible to vote and followed by n. The same program, if I execute it, you can notice that if I give the value 21, it will display the first condition is not satisfied, automatically come for a second condition, eligible to vote, then followed by end of the program. So if I give any other input which is apart from this range, like this 101 or something, invalid, end of the program. This is how your else if ladder works. Okay. Amatya, what is that? Yeah, you can use range, but I didn't mention range so far. I didn't teach range, right? So I didn't. Let me tell you about range later on. Okay. Okay, I'll tell you about this range, Amatya. Okay. Good. And your next, I guess you people are clear so far. And next program is all about nested if else. Nested if else, I'm going to give you only the syntax of it. If people can go with the implementation of it. What is that? Just a minute, Ramateja. Can we use elif in place of else? You can use it. If you use elif here, you are supposed to mention condition. This condition you are supposed to mention it. Okay. Here I used else. No need of mentioning condition. That is the reason I mentioned else. If you want to make a condition here, you can use elif and follow by the last condition. You can specify it. Less than or equal to, less than 1 or greater than 100. You can apply condition here. It's up to you. Okay. And next one is nested if else. In case of nested if else, I'll have this structure. This is the syntax of it. Syntax is like this. You'll be having if followed by the condition. Okay, condition, and you'll have a true statement inside this. Just a minute. We'll have true statement. Okay, inside this I'll have one more if. If condition, and I'll have true statement. Okay, else I'll have false statement. Okay, and here this is a true block of it. Then I'll have else followed by colon, and I'll have false statement. Look at the indentation here, guys. So this if condition is the true block of this one. So this is a true block of if. So if inside if, and this is a false block of it. So look at the indentation. This particular statement comes inside your inner if, and this false statement comes inside your inner if. This is a true of it and this is a false of it. Clear with that? This is all about a inner if, nested if else. If inside if. Inside your nested if, we can have simple if or if else or if else later, whatever it is. If inside if is called nested if else. Is this clear for you people? Come on. Nested if else syntax, is that clear for you people, guys? Respond me. Can you make it a bit faster, your response? Good. Good, ma. And next one, we'll move on to next one. This is all about your if, guys. This is how you're supposed to implement your if statement. And next we'll move on to the looping statement. Next we'll move on to the looping statement. Guys, wherever you find doubt, you can stop me there. You can ask your doubts, guys. Clarify it. Okay. I'm always ready to clarify your doubts. So whenever I say looping statement, we'll be learning about two types of loop. One is for loop, another is while loop. These are the two types of looping statements available. Okay, so we'll see the syntax of one by one. Your first one is we'll move on to syntax of your for loop. When I say the syntax of for loop, your syntax will be for. Guys, this syntax of your for loop is little different from the other programming language. So listen carefully. For your iterator variable in sequence. This is a syntax of it, and you'll have a statements inside this. So whatever the statements you're going to place inside your for loop, you're supposed to be placed by using the indentation. As you see in a if block, the same way indentation should be there. This is one syntax. The other syntax is either I can mention like this, or the same for loop can be mentioned along with the else block, as we see for if statement, where your for loop syntax can be given along with the else statement. Else followed by the statement, other statement, whatever you want to give. When the condition is, when the if he doesn't enter inside a if statement, if I want some other statement to be given, I can give in a else statement. Either I can make use of this syntax or this syntax. It's up to us. This else part is the optional one, which means that literally it means that this else is the optional one. It is not mandatory to use it. Something is happening, just give me a second. Let me, why does it comes here? Okay, fine. Okay, guys, it is the optional one. Now, before moving further, let me tell you what is this sequence all about. This sequence, just a minute, let me add few more cells. Guys, these are the basic syntax which is mandatory for us to write a program. So, when I say sequence, what is this sequence? This sequence might be either a group of variable. It means that any iterable items. Any iterable items. So we didn't still speak about list or all those things, right? Whenever I mean that iterable item, it can be either a list. After the next class, we'll be seeing about list or tuple. We'll be seeing it, so that you can come to know what is list, tuple, list or a tuple or a strings. Okay, it can be of anything, or it can be a it either it can be of any one of a thing, or it can be a range function. I can make use of range function. I'll let you know what is this range function. Range function in the sense where I can table, yeah, dictionary. Yeah, dictionary is also iterable, where you can use dictionary also. Keys and values. Okay, I didn't mention it. Lot of things are there, guys. Like this, many things are there. Just I'm mentioning only few elements here. It can be a dictionary also. Okay, or I can make use of range function. When I use range function, it means that between starting value to ending value. Okay, so what is the doubt Gayatri has asked? So when do you ask this doubt, Gayatri? Don't we have if else statement and else condition? For this nested if else, I guess you asked it, right? So if required, you can place it inside a else also. If required, is place it, but it's not mandatory. Okay. Sequence I'll explain, Manikant. I didn't start it. I'm going to explain now. So whenever I say sequence, this sequence can be, this place can be substituted by either by any one of the iterable item. The iterable item in the sense it can be either a list or a tuple or a string or a dictionary. So I'll show you what is this. Although we'll learn about each and every topic in detail. Each and every topic is very important topic in Python fundamentals. Okay, we'll learn about each and everything in detail. Or it can be a range. Okay, it can be a range of values. Yeah, you can place this particular if else inside your for loop. We can place it. We'll see the example of it. Okay. For can be placed inside your if, or if can be placed inside your for. Both the thing can be placed vice versa. Good. Now we'll go ahead with the example of it. Right now I'm speaking about this range. Right now I'll explain you program by using range alone, and the remaining one by using list, tuple and dictionary. I'll give you example when you're seeing with each and every topic. Okay. Each and every topic is an important topic. We'll be learning in detail one by one. Now we'll go over with the range. So whenever I say range, Whenever I say range, this range method accepts three parameter. So range is a predefined function which accepts three parameter. Okay, so we'll see what are those. So three parameter in the sense your first parameter is a starting value. Your first parameter is a start value, and second parameter is the end value, and third parameter is a step value. These are the three parameter your range function accepts. Among this, where your end parameter is a mandatory one, where this end is a mandatory, and and the start and step value is the optional one. So by default, your start value will be assigned to 0. If you doesn't mention anything, by default your start value is 0, and your end value will take the given value minus 1, which is nothing but the n value minus 1. It will take, if the n is given, n minus 1 will be taken as your end value. By default, the step value is, by default step value is with 1, existing value plus 1. So I guess if you know C programming, you'll be mentioning this for loop, right? I guess let me compare with your C, guys. All about your C programming or C++ programming, you'll be using for loop like this. For I assign 0, I less than your n condition, less than n, followed by I plus plus. You'll be mentioning like this, right? But in case of Python, this is the initialization part. This initialization part is mapped with your start value. Okay, this initialization path is mapped with your start value, and this termination condition is mapped with your end value, and this incrementation is mapped with your step value. This is how it is going to represent it. Okay, let me give you a small example for it. So if I give list of, all of a sudden this editor is still, since it is a heavyweight file, it is struggling. Just give me a second. Let me try to clear it. Okay, just give me a second, guys. List of range. If I mention 1 to 20, I want to print it, and each and every step I want to make it as one step. You can notice that 1 to 20 it will be printed. This is the purpose of range operator. 1 to 20 I am printing it one step. If I mention I want to print 1 to 20 one step, you can notice the end point where it is ending. I'm starting from 1. This is your start value. It starts with 1. And if I mention 20, 20 is the end point, but from where it is printing? It is printing only till 19. The reason is, if I give 90, it will go only till the given number minus 1. It will never go to 20. It will go till only given number minus 1. So it will go only till 19. So by default, step value is 1. I given the step value 1 itself. Okay. So if I use some other scenario like this. So guys, I'll let you know why is this list right now. Right now, just keep it as a list. This range of value I'm going to print as a list type. Right now, just assume list in this in square bracket. I'll let you know what is list in detail later on. So I'm going to create a list of values like this. So I'll give the multiple combinations for you guys. Just wait for a few minutes. Okay, just hold your doubts, all your doubts for a few minutes. I'll give you all the combination. Then you people can ask your doubts. So as I said you that by default value is starts with 0. And I told you that among this all the values, only end values are mandatory one and the remaining is not mandatory. So if I give only 20, so I didn't give my start value, I didn't give my end, this one step value, I give only 20. What happened? You can notice that starting from 0 till 19 will be displayed. So what happens here? By default, it starts with 0 and it ends with given number minus 1. So by default, value starts with 0 and ends with The given number minus 1, 19. Okay, if I give the step value here, if I mention I want to start with 1 and I want the each and every step to be taken as 2 step. I don't want 1 step incrementation, I want 2 step incrementation. In those cases, you can mention like this. So what happens, starting from 1 till 19, you'll go 2 step. There's the use of these three parameter. Is that clear now? What is the use of these three parameter? I didn't go ahead with implementation of for loop. After this only, you're going for implementation of for loop. Just I'm taking this range function and explaining you separately, guys. Till this, are you clear, ma? Come on, give me a quick response. Good, good, good. I guess you people are clear, right? Now, we'll go on to the next one. And next is, we'll go ahead with the implementation of this for loop. Okay, so for loop, what is the syntax I told you? For followed by the iterable variable, right? So for iterable variable, what I'm going to place is I'm going to make use of some variable name. So I guess I told you that in case of other programming, you'll be using I variable. Okay. Manoj, which one you want to explain again, Manoj? Just mention the topic once, I can have a confirmation of it. Okay, just mention it. Meanwhile, we'll start with this. So for loop, I told you that we are going to have this I, right? So say I for loop in case of other programming will be having I assign 0, I less than n, I plus plus. But in case of here, I can use any variable, right? Here in case of I can use j or something. The same way here, what is the syntax of it? For iterator variable in sequence. This iterator variable, as you use I here, I can use any variable, or if you want, I can use I itself. For I in range of, if I give the range value like 20 as I give previously, I can give like this, and here I can mention print I. So if I execute now, you can notice this starting from 0 till 19 will be executed one by one in a straight way. If I want to make this line in the next one after other, I can mention ends with space. So if I execute now, you can notice that the output will be displayed 0 to 19 will be printed like this. So the same range operator. So if I give the range that starts with 1 to 20. So now we can notice this starting from 1 to 19 will be printed. Okay. And if I add one more value, if I add a step value here, if I give 2 to step. So now you can notice that starting to 1 to 19, 2 to step value will be printed. Like this, I can able to iterate these ranges. Is it clear, guys? I can mention range like this by implementation of for loop. Okay, Manikant, what is the use of ends with space? If I doesn't use this ends with space, how the output has came previously? By default, what I told you, this particular element has a line break capacity. So it will be printing one line after the next line. It will be printing like this. So I want in a sequential statement, in those cases, I can put ends with space. So what happened? It will be printing in a single line. Pavan, why is this float value? You can stay. I'll say that take one step. Can we mention take 1.5 step and keep it? Is it possible to take and keep 1.5 step? Got the logic, Pavan? What I'm saying? Taking one step is there. What is about 1.5 step? It is too crazy, right? That's not possible. Okay. What is that? How to print comma in between? So comma in between, add some symbols here. Right now, you'll be having put in a double quotes. How to print comma in between? Who is that? What is that, Sai Gopal? What's your doubt? There are no square bracket. Yes, I Gopal, I'll tell you why there is no square bracket and what is that Amarti doubt. Okay, Amarti doubt is, can we input the iterative variable? No, iterative variable cannot be inputted. If you are supposed to accept the iterative variable by your own. Okay, I guess you people are clear, right? Okay, so I'll clarify this doubt. Just a minute. So you people asked me that, what is the, just a minute, guys. Reading all the doubts, I forgot one of your important doubt. Okay, so you people are who someone asked that there is a square bracket here and there is no square bracket here. The reason is I typecasted to list type. This is a list, and this is not a list. So range cannot be accessed individually. That is the reason I'm making use of list as of now. I didn't teach you people list. So just as of now, I told you to imagine a list. Okay, right now just have an assumption that list will be mentioned by using square bracket, and later on by tomorrow's session, I'll let you know the complete functionality of it. And here I didn't make use of a list. I'm just printing one by one element, one after other. Till this, are you clear? I guess you people are clear, right? Good. Mm. Now I'll explain about the while loop, guys. This is all about your for loop. After completing this while loop, if time permits, I will see one or two programs by using for loop also. So I can notice that here I told you this iterable items, right? So if at all I give like this, I told you we know about string. String in the sense giving in double quotes is a string, right? So if I give for mm, just a minute, for I in I in, if I give name like if I give name like this, okay, as I told you that there is a values, group of values, any group of value. If I give print I, you can notice that it will print character by character, one after other. Either I told you that in this place it can be either a string or a list or a range of value or a tuple. So we know the string is given with a single quotes. If I use like this, so you can notice that Amrati will be displayed one character by character, A, M, A, R, T. So what happened? What is the purpose of for loop? Fetching character by character and printing it. Clear? This is how I can able to access my for loop. Soumya, if you want double quotes, place double quotes. I told you that string can be given in three different notation. I didn't go in depth inside string. So I told you that either single quotes or double quotes. It's up to you guys, your wish. There is no specific rule that you should use only single quotes, that you should use double quotes. Okay, it's up to you. Okay, this is all about your for loop, guys. And next we'll move on to your while loop. I guess you people are clear with it. For loop and how to use it. What is the rule for it? Okay, this is the syntax of it. And next is we'll be seeing about your while loop. And next is syntax of your while loop. For while, we'll be having while followed by a condition. The syntax is while followed by a condition. And here I'll have my statements of your while loop. So as we see for this particular else for loop, here this while loop also can have the else part, and this else part is the optional one. It is not a mandatory one. Okay, here I can have the all the other statement, all the final statements or other statement, whatever I want to print it. So I can have here. I can have other statements inside it. Okay, now we'll see some example. So we'll take the same example here. We are displayed from 1 to 20. We'll take the same example. So for this, where the start value we are supposed to mention separately. We can have some I value assigned 0 or 1. For example, if you want to display the natural number starting from 1 to 10, I'll be having 1 as my start value separately, which mentions my initialization. So in case of for loop, we had all together here start value, and here I'll have condition while I less than or equals to 20. I can have a condition here. Else part is not a compulsory for your while loop and for loop. Both are optional. Okay, it's up to you either to place it or not to place it. I'll show you some example after completing this while loop. If time permits, I'll show you some example by using else part also. Else I'll give you by tomorrow morning. Okay, some example by using else. So listen, yeah. So I'm going to execute this particular, I'm going to execute this loop 10 times. Okay. So here, let us assume I'm going to print this value. You want to make it as 20. I thought of making the process simple. Okay. We'll make it as 20. 20 in the sense it will execute 20 times. That's it. So if I mention print, so while I in range of 20. Soumya, I'll come to this. Just wait a minute, Soumya. Okay, we'll complete this process. We'll make them clear. Then we can go get all those testing process. We can have I plus assign 1. I plus assign 1. Guys, don't try to use this I plus plus. It will never work here. If at all, I guess if you are familiar with C programming or those places for incrementing, we'll be using I plus plus. Okay. Here, no, don't use I plus plus. It will throw you error. There is no operator called I plus plus here. Clear with this thing. It is not possible to do this one. Now, if I execute this, you can notice that the same process what we did before, I'll display 1 to 20. The same process is mentioned as in printing values from 1 to 20. This is done. Okay. Now, after this, there's a normal process guide displaying some numbers between 1 to 20. And apart from this, we are having certain keywords in case of this particular looping statement. Those are break, continue, and pass. I'll let you know what is that. So just a minute. Just a minute, guys. Just I'm trying to add few more cells. The process is little late. Just give me a second. While loop you are using for I in range of 20. That's not possible. Soumya, you are trying to use in range of in while loop. That's not possible here. Just I'll show you what happens. If you are mentioning I value is 1, as you say, if you mention, I'm going to mention I in. Okay, let me command this one. Range of 20. If I print it. So let me try to it. I didn't try it, but according to my knowledge, I guess it is not possible. So what happens here? Look at here. Nothing is happening, right? So this is not going inside at all. In case of this place, while loop should have only the condition. The syntax of this while loop will be like this. While followed by the condition. Condition should be there. Here there is no condition at all, right? So this is not possible here. So what is that, Venkat? Is there is any default value for a variable? Which value, Venkat? None, nothing. Okay, no value is there. None is the one. For this I. So here, as you say that in case of for loop, I is substituted with the value what you are giving. So the first character is fetched by using a variable called I, which is not required to initialize it. So you want to mention I is equals to 1. You want to initialize it. Okay, I'll do it. I'll show you people. So if I equals to 1 not given. So what is that Venkat you're saying for I couldn't Venkat Surya Rao? What is you're saying? You're asking here. I equals 1. Is this a if I equals to 1 is not given? Which place? In while loop. In 105 or 106? Which cell you're asking about, Venkat? 105 or 106, ma? 105. That is mandatory. Initialization is mandatory. Okay, this is not possible, guys. So leave it this one. Don't confuse with this one. Let me cut it. If you say you'll be confusing it. So here this start value is mandatory. So somewhere you're going to compare it. Start value is mandatory. Without start value, you can't able to compare it. That's not possible. Clear with it? So whenever I'm having initial value should be there. Without initial value, I can't able to compare with the element. Now the same program, I'm going to take some scenarios. Look at here. I'll take one scenario with implementation of break. So what does break means? Break means immediate termination. So whenever I say break, break is the immediate termination. Just a minute, guys. It is keep on skipping. Just give me a second. So whenever I say break, break is immediate. Just a minute, ma. It is very slow. I typed it, then even though it is very slow. Immediate termination. So for example, we'll take the same program. Okay, here if I give some break, as you people say, can I use if condition inside your looping? You can notice here, I'll use this one. If my I value equals to 5. Okay, if this condition is there, what I'll mention is I'm going to apply break. So if I apply break here, you can notice that when I'm executing this particular program, so for till 4 will be printed. Once it reaches 5, this condition will be true. Immediate break happens. Once break is happening, it will come out of the loop. Clear with the break? Whenever I use break, immediate termination, it will come out of the loop. Okay. The other keyword which I can use in looping is, the other one is continue. What is that code who has sent? Amriti, what is that? I value, while range. Yeah, incrementing it. Just a minute, Amriti. We'll discuss all those things after completing this one. Okay. And next is continue. Okay. Next is continue. In case of continue, what happened? It will take the control back to the loop. So when I mention continue, it will take the control back to the loop. So what happened? In the same place, if I mention continue. So if you mention continue, where your incrementation should be placed above to it, not below, it should be placed above to it. Just a minute. If I mention continue, I should place my incrementation here, I plus plus. The reason is if the condition is true, so I should not make my infinite loop. So not to avoid it, what I'll do is I'm just placing my incrementation here. Sorry guys, it should not be I plus plus, it should be I plus 1. By speaking, I made mistake here. Okay, I plus 1. Now look at here, if continue happens, it is going to print the value starting from 1 to 20. So you can notice that once 5 has come, 5 is not printed. This condition is true. Continue will take a control back to your loop. So previously what happened, when I place break, it will take a control outside your loop. So when I place continue, it will take the process back to your loop. This is the use of a continue. Okay. It will take the control back to your loop. This is the difference between break and continue. And next is I told you about the pass statement. Whenever I say pass in the sense do nothing. Okay. The next one is pass. Whenever we say pass, it is nothing but do nothing. Just a minute. Pass in the sense do nothing. So for example, let us have if condition. If true, um, Let me pass the x value here. Okay, just a minute. Okay. If true, do nothing. Pass. I can have else, mm, print work done. Okay, if this is a scenario, if I execute right now, the if condition is true, so nothing, no print, output will be printed. So if you mention pass, if you want the fillers to be there, the true part should be mentioned. There is the true part. Whenever you have a scenario, the true part should be mentioned. But right now there is nothing to be displayed. In those cases, you can mention pass. So you can notice that no output will be displayed. The same program will be working fine if I mention if true, if false, if false, then you can notice that it will display work done. So this pass will work like a fillers. When this condition is satisfied, this statement I can't write the else part without true condition, right? True condition should be there. In those cases, you're supposed to mention pass here. If I mention pass, no work will be done. Whenever you want it, you can fill it later on. Is this clear with the difference between break, continue, and pass? Do you have any doubt on it? Come on. Guys, do you have any doubt? Are you people clear? Just give me a confirmation so that you can. Amarti, this is what you mentioned, right? Just give me a second. Let us try to execute whether it is editor dependent or something. Come on, give me a quick response, guys. Are you people clear? Okay, just now just now it is popping up, guys. If at all you have any doubt, pass you want to explain once more. Okay, I'll explain pass again. Pass in the sense that's nothing. Mm, just a minute, ma. I'll explain about pass. Give me a second. This ID is tired with. That's the reason it is very slow. Just a reason. Just a minute, ma. I'll erase this. It is working, guys. You can make use of this also. It's working. Okay, range is working, but it's not the appropriate place to use it. It is better to use in far. Okay. It is working here, but it is not an appropriate place, guys. Where it will be fitting to any places, but not an appropriate place according to my suggestion. So this range operator, you can go ahead with the for loop. While loop, you can place only with the condition part. Okay. So what is your doubt? One by one, ma. Many doubts are popping up. Just one by one. I don't want to miss any one of your doubt. Okay, pass. Those who want to repeat it, pass means does nothing. So if I want to construct the if block without true statement, I can't able to construct the false statement. But I don't have any true statement here. In those case I can put pass. So if the true case happen, nothing will happen. Do nothing is pass. Okay. And what else? In continuous statement, you're asking that why do I change the structure? The reason is if this I plus plus is to bottom of it, what happen? Your I value will remain always 5. Your condition will be always true. So it will go ahead with the infinite loop. Clear with this thing? I don't want to make this loop as an infinite loop. In order to avoid this only, I have made this I plus plus above to it. So if you are working for the break also above to it, nothing is going to happen. Instead of 0, it will print 1, 2, 3, 4 will be printed. Okay. What is that? And will there be phase 2 of this program? What is this, Sasikumar, you're asking about? Phase 2 of this program in the sense, which phase you're asking? I couldn't get. Training. Yeah, I guess phase 2 will be there. Why is this question? So if you want, I'll explain this break and continue, guys. Okay, those who want it. Why is this, Sasikma? Why you ask this one? You'll be having complete thing for your InfyTQ. You'll be having complete thing. Do you find that this one is too heavy? Okay, listen. Those who are looking for this explanation of it, I'll give you the explanation, guys. No idea. No idea about it. So before that, guys, just I'll clarify all your doubts. Before that, just a minute. Give me a second. I'll share you one link. Just that is you're supposed to fill that particular link daily, ma. Okay, I'll share you one link. That is your attendance link, come feedback link. So you're supposed to fill the particular link daily. Just today I'll share it to you people. Just have a note of it. Just give me a second.